So for today's upload, I thought I would share quite a few things with you. I'm going to jump right into the song, and I will be doing Dreaming My Dreams by the Cranberries today. Now, I should tell you that it's very early here, and we have had daylight saving time where I live in the province. Just unlocking my phone for the music. But I do see myself in the viewfinder and I feel paler than pale. However, that's okay because I'm going to be warming myself up with some bronzer. The look I'm doing today is the look I've been doing almost every day this week for school, for work. So I hope that you enjoy. I'll talk about all the products after.
Changed my perspective in every way. These things count and mean so much to me. Into my faith, you and your baby. It's out there, it's out there, it's out there. If you want me, I'll be here. It's out there, it's out there, it's out there. If you want me, I'll be here. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you. And there's no other place that I'd lay down my face. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you. It's out there, it's out there, it's out there. If you want me, I'll be here. It's out there, it's out there, it's out there. If you want me, I'll be here. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you. And there's no other place that I'd lay down my face. I'll be dreaming my dreams with you.
So I hope that you enjoyed that rendition of Dreaming My Dreams by the Cranberries. And I'll tell you that I did very much enjoy that piano rendition. However, I love the musicality of songs, and so in the original, there's, I believe it's a violin. I say I believe because I am not familiar with all string instruments. It could be a cello. There could be some. I'm sorry. The large one that sits on the floor. I'll look up that. I'll insert a picture here. But just the musicality of the original is so beautiful. And I love it. And I would have loved to include that as my background music, but I couldn't find it. And so I used this beautiful piano version. So hopefully you can see that my face has had some color added into it. And I really, as I mentioned, I've been doing this look every day this week and I have been quite enjoying it. I also want to say, I know that sometimes content providers make self-deprecating comments. And I don't mean to draw attention to it, but my bangs are being so unruly this morning. I washed my hair yesterday and I straightened it. And this particular section of bang when I woke up this morning was completely flat and in line with my forehead. So I tried my best to make it go down. So when I see myself, I'm finding it quite humorous. Hopefully as the day goes on, it will relax a little bit. But regardless, when I do look in the viewfinder, all I can see is my one section of bang. So, okay. So what I've used so far is the Milk Makeup matte bronzer in Baked. And it's funny because in the summer, I found it very reddish. I enjoyed it, but I found it very reddish. But man, in this overcast, dull weather, I have been loving it. I just feel like it's kind of, looks like I've been outside for a little bit and that wind has nipped at my cheeks. And, I just feel fresh and awake. And next I used the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, these are mine. I purchased them with my own money. There's no affiliation. There's no sponsorship. I've really been enjoying these products for the mask wearing that I do at work. And I'll get more into it after, but I've just been enjoying these a lot. So this is the Lip and Cheek in the shade Perk. And what I do is I put that exactly where I put Baked, the bronzer, and then right in the apple or on the apples of my cheeks, I really like putting Swish. So I'll just show you. Again, I've used these before, but I'll show you. So this is Perk right here. And then I'm putting Swish beside it just so you could see the difference in tone. So Swish and Perk. So I like the real pop of bluish pink right in the center of my cheek. So I like that for some color. So what I will get into now, and as I get ready, I'll put the shade names in here, but I'd love to share with you just a little bit of my Natasha Denona Glam palette. I did mention this in my last upload as well. And I'm going to sweep my bangs to the side for this, just so you could see what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll insert the shade names here, but I would love to chat as I get ready because as I mentioned a couple of videos ago, I'm not uploading as frequently. So I just want to give you a few updates of what's been going on. I'm just looking for my blending brush that I pretty much use for everything. I should just call it my everything brush. Okay, so transition shade. Love to start with this all over. So I got a new iPhone. I got the iPhone 12. I did not get the Pro because you know what? I cut down on so many of my apps with my old phone, which was the iPhone 5 SE. And what I found with that, because it was so old, is that every time there was a software update, I would have to delete so many apps from that just to have enough storage. It was really frustrating. Hashtag first world problems, but I'm just, telling you how it was for me. It was really frustrating. And so I ended up updating and I got the iPhone 12. But in deleting many of my apps from my old phone, Twitter, Instagram, I'm trying to think what else. I never have been a Snapchat person. I quite enjoyed actually deleting those apps because I found that I was not spending too much time on social media. I forgot to mention that I also put my very much loved Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in Pearl. I just like to dab that at the top of the cheeks. And you know what? Maybe I'll zoom you in a little bit. The reason I love this so much is because it does give you a reflective quality without giving you glitter. So, and my hands, my chapped hands from all the sanitizing and hand washing at school. Again, hashtag first world problems, but I'm just letting you know I've been, my hands have been having a difficult go of the whole coronavirus But I was thinking, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent right now. I have been thinking, there are some pros that have come out of this with regards to hygiene and etc. I mean, it's a good idea to wash your hands often, right? Not so much that they start scabbing and bleeding when you open a package of soft butter. However, it's comforting, or I take comfort in the fact to know that, my hands, I, without question, know that my hands right at this very moment are clean because I wash them quite frequently. Okay, so hopefully you could see that. I really like how it just gives that sheen again without the sparkle. And if you do see random sparkles on my face, that's because I for school for Friday for my Halloween costume, I had glitter everywhere, and I have bathed and showered since then, but glitter is something else. Okay, back to my iPhone story, because I see that I'm already at 10 minutes here. So on my new phone, I don't have those social media apps. Okay, so the whole point of me telling you that was, I didn't get the Pro because I didn't need that third camera because I don't do a lot. However, yes. Oh man, it's one of those mornings. What time is it now? It's 8:29, but really it's 9:29. Okay, so going into the crease color now. This eye look is so simple, but again, I will insert the shade names, and I just wanted to chat. So I have been enjoying the phone. What I have not been enjoying is the fact that it doesn't come with a charger. It comes with the cable. However, in having the iPhone 5 prior to this, and then just treating myself to the 12, the charging brick that plugs into the wall is not compatible with the cable. So I am unable to charge my phone. I think, I've heard that Apple has mentioned something to the effect of it's to lessen their carbon footprint or their environmental impact. I call baloney on that one. What I call is a money grabber. And for someone who doesn't have the compatible previous phone, or I don't even know how many phones previous to the brick is compatible with the cable, I say garbage. I say you just wanted more money and I can't charge my phone. So that's my new phone situation. Let me tell you about my one-piece snowsuit that I found yesterday at the Salvation Army. I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of the Salvation Army. And I didn't even go for a snowsuit. What I actually went for, I'm just going to grab a headband because it drives me nuts when I watch other people's videos. As much as I love watching their videos, there's just a hair right here. Every time they're touching their hair. So just let me grab a headband. What I went into the Salvation Army for was I had hoped to get a blue zip-up sweatshirt for one of my students. He has one. It's getting a little bit tiny right now, and just using some of my Rimmel Stay Matte powder just here for a moment. And I'm having to zip his sweater every day, and it's getting a little bit tiny, so I just wanted to grab him a new one. So that's what I ran in there for. And unfortunately, I could not find a navy zip sweater in his size. However, on the way out, I'm literally on the way out, right by the door was the women's outerwear section. And lo and behold, did I not see a one-piece snowsuit. Now, I'm going to say in my youth, I wouldn't have been caught dead in a one-piece snowsuit. I'm talking the formative years of youth. However, in my early adulthood, I would say, to now, I think one-piece snowsuits are amazing. And I do yard duty outside for recess, and I'm anticipating some colder weather and some snow, and I would love to have a one-piece snowsuit. I wouldn't say I've been watching so many documentaries on Diana, Princess of Wales lately, but I have watched quite a few. And I'm not sure if you'll know what I'm talking about, but they quite often reference, there's a picture of her in her one-piece snowsuit. I will insert it. I believe it was when she was in Canada skiing with Charles, and I believe it was the huge scandal when he was seeing Camilla at the time. I can't remember, but I'll insert the picture of what I'm talking about. And yeah, all I can think about when I think of the one-piece snowsuit is Diana in that one-piece snowsuit. I have been using the same brush for every single shade that you're seeing here. Again, this palette has been amazing. So I grabbed the one-piece snowsuit. So looking forward to wearing that in the colder weather when it soon arrives. By the way, which shouldn't be too long, because when I was on yard duty Friday afternoon around, 1:40, it was snowing. It was snowing. So, okay, let me also tell you about my school ID photo. Again, I'll insert a picture right here. Almost every time I'm going back in with the transition shade, and it's literally called transition shade. I love this shade. I referenced this in the video where I talked about my palette briefly. It's a great shade. So, my school ID photo. Everyone else took off their masks. I was not willing to take off my mask on picture day because what they did was typical, or as you would figure with every other school year, someone before you went sat in a spot, took off their mask to take a picture, put their mask back on and left. I did not. I had no desire to be in the same spot where someone else was and then take off my mask because, suspended droplets. And again, to each their own. You may or may not do the same thing as I would. That is fine. That is you. That is your opinion, and you are welcome to it. But yeah, I'm loving my school ID photo. What do you think? Next, let me talk about Old Navy masks. Oh man, so I have 3 children, 5, 8, and 11. And the masking situation, being a teacher, I have been finding the masking situation a little, I have inside experience with it because I have my own kids I have my students at school, and then I have my own children at home. And so I see how the masks perform. I'm just looking for my little black face brush to wipe up any fallout that's happened with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. So I see my students at school, and I do see how the masks perform, how they fall down, whether they're gaping, that kind of thing. So based on that, I adjust the masks of my own kids at home, my biological kids. So I have been ordering from Old Navy for some time now, the masks. I like the pleated rectangular pattern one, and I also, for my youngest, really like the animal mouth themed ones. And because I find they're smaller, so they fit nicely on him. It doesn't fall down. There's no big gaping. But on my daughters, even though I wash in cold water and hang dry, those masks just seem to be getting smaller and smaller. So for those two, I prefer the rectangular ones. Now, what I have found is every time I have purchased those rectangular masks, it seems as if there's such an inconsistency in the sizing that keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And for those of you who aren't aware, those masks are, you can't exchange them and you can't return them for a refund, and there's no masks for you to try on in the store. So that's pretty much the eye look done. I'm just spraying with my Morphe luminous setting spray. I'm going to let that rest for a minute, and then I'm going to apply my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. So anyways, the mask's been getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And so I recently, prior to knowing that they were getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, purchased 4 of the 5 packs, the multi-packs packs from Old Navy. And lo and behold, they got here. And the only one they fit is my youngest, who is 5. They are way too tight on my 8 and 11-year-old. And my 5-year-old doesn't even like them because they're a little bit of a thicker cotton feel to them, whereas the animal-themed mouth masks that he wears have a lighter, softer feel. So he will put them on and tell me he hates them so much. So what I'm going to do is, because my video is getting a bit long now, I'm just going to transition into my mascara so that I don't run out of time here. Okay, so with regards to the mask, so I've been loving this mascara. I should zoom you in even farther so you can see. So the mask. So yeah, they don't fit. So now I am having to resort to spending more money on buying new masks. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's just, it's kind of a little bit of a crazy policy. And now that I think back, I almost could have just opened one pack. But what I like to do is, as soon as I get the packs, I like to immediately wash them. But no, you know what? I'm having an internal conversation with strictly myself right now. Even if I had opened one pack and tested the fit, that would not have spoken necessarily the same for the other packs, since the sizing has been so inconsistent lately. So, okay, so I just talked myself out of a conversation there. So yeah, so that is the situation with masks. Not very impressed with Old Navy masks. Will not be purchasing from there anymore. Just, I can't rely on them. If you are still with me for this video, thank you so much. It's just tough to pack everything in when I don't upload as frequently anymore, just because of being back in person to work. And yeah, that's been going well. We had curriculum night recently. It was virtual for safety reasons, but that was excellent. And my students, every year it's my kids. When I'm talking about my home kids, I'll call them my biological kids, but my kids at school having a great time. It'll be interesting to see once the weather gets colder, what the masking situation is going to be like. If you are a parent, might I recommend sending lots and lots of masks with your child throughout the day as the weather starts getting colder. Because even think about when you go outside, that moisture, the condensation, when you breathe out, how you could see it. Now that the air is colder, their masks are going to be getting wetter and wetter. So they will need to change them throughout the day. So I would recommend sending a lot. Okay, but I'm getting off topic. I'm going to apply one more coat, but I hope you can see this mascara has been great. I've been going back to some old favorites lately. Which brings me to my next point, the Sephora VIB sale. I'm Rouge, and so I get the 20% off, which is great. I see that the new Huda Naughty Nudes palette came out today. I was looking at it visually. I think it looks really nice, but I just don't need it right now. And so even with a 20% option, I'm going to take a pass. But I ordered some setting spray because I want to get the matte one. This is jumping back to the beginning of my video now. I find that with the Milk products, they are so great for longevity, but because they are cream, they're giving my face that nice sheen. But then the setting spray, which I'm almost done and I will use it up, the luminous one obviously gives me a luminous finish, and I'm just looking a little too luminous. So that's the eyes, very basic. I just want you to see the lashes. Yes, L'Oreal. I'm glad I went back to you, the telescopic. So that's the waterproof kind. Okay, I'm going to take my bangs out and we'll see how they react. Okay, I'm going to try to wrap this video up. Again, thank you so much for staying with me if you did. But that's pretty much the eye look. The only other thing I might do, isn't this so wild and crazy? Like, okay, so the sale. So I did get some additional setting spray for when I run out of this. I'm just going to give up on the bangs right now, okay? The only thing I would do on my eyes maybe is I might add a little bit of inner corner. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Most times I do. I'm just looking for my inner corner brush right now. And of course, because when you want to find something you can't, again, I will insert the shade that I'm about to use there in the corner of my screen, I mean. So the Rouge sale, yeah, I bought some setting spray. I can't say I won't purchase anything between now and when the sale finishes. However, as of right now, do I need anything? 100% and absolutely not. So the last thing I want to show you is I was at Shoppers the other day, and again, as would be the case, I did not need this. I wasn't looking for it, but I passed the cutest set of lip glosses from Quo. So for those of you that do not live in Canada, Quo is a brand that is exclusive, I believe, to Shoppers Drug Mart, which is our equivalent of Ulta. So this is the gloss. Some of the fellow content uploaders that I watch would call this a mauve. I'm going to say mauve. So I want you to see, it actually goes on very clear, but it feels nice. And this was a trio for $10. And I'm liking it. I mean, would I say it's life altering? No. But I'm really liking it. And what I'm going to do is, it came with a bit of a sparkle shade. So I'm just going to grab that sparkle shade. This is the other one. Maybe I should hold them together. I'm just trying not to take up so much of your time. Just looking for that. I'm wondering if I put the other color in my purse because I liked it so much. Anyways, these are two of the shades and they're all very similar. But what I'll do is I'll pop a little bit of that pinker shade right in the middle. I just like it. It gives a nice polished look. And I mean, our faces are covered with masks when we go out anyways, so people are not going to see my lips. And then what I might do is I might just grab one of my domed brushes, wipe it off on my switch, and I might just go under here just a little bit for a little bit of a cleanup. And a little bit of a swipe. But yeah, so this is the look I've been wearing. I've been really enjoying it. And again, like I said, I'm wearing a mask all the time. So you kind of don't see my nose or mouth anyways. I'm the only one who sees it. But imagine. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with the eyes. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I appreciate it. Thank you for those of you that have stuck around, even though my frequency of uploads has gone down quite a bit. I appreciate you being here. I hope you are having a wonderful day and happy November. Bye.